I just want to plant this seed and I'd love to get your thoughts actually. So, just in the last couple of weeks, I've actually felt it deep inside myself that I want to create a short film slash documentary. And part of it was to actually acknowledge the fact that it's always been inside of me. I've been labeled kind of over the years of like hockey player, sales guy, you know, business builder that holds the sales seat, that type of thing. And always very creative, but never really had that title, you know? And I think to myself, like, no, I am. And I actually really am quite good at it and I want to do it. So, on that note, though, one of the thoughts that I've had cross my mind is this whole idea of the blockchain and coins. And stay with me here because I might go off the rails a bit, but it may plant some seeds for you. So, you can create your own coin nowadays, right? Anybody can create a coin, right? There's all kinds of places to be able to do that. And then, of course, the whole idea of NFTs and the blockchain and everything is to be able to, in perpetuity, reward people that come up with the ideas or that contribute to something that builds to something greater, right? So when I think about filmmaking, short films, documentaries, where somebody has a vision and the vision they could execute it potentially on their own all the way through, do the filming, do the post production, cast it, you name it, right? Be the star, but they know that from their own experience, and this is me speaking out loud of me, right? It's like, I know I could do this, but I don't want to do this all on my own. I know I need to go and find people I can collaborate with. And I got two paths. One is just pay a company to actually do it for me, or find partners to work with me, or go fundraise through a Kickstarter and say, contribute to this idea. I'll create the film and you'll get X, Y, and Z as a gift. The other thought I had was, why don't you create it so that the actual production itself is an NFT and has elements to it that can then be monetized over time. And everybody that contributes to it can actually be rewarded for it over time. That's where my brain went in the last like 2 weeks. And we probably won't even have time to really unpack all of that. But I just wanted to plant the seed. What comes up for you when I say that? Does that feel real? Or am I crazy? Or am I
No, no, no,
crazy, man?
you're not crazy, because the reality is that the community engagement in that is going to be at an all-time high coming up. Because you look at, I'm trying to remember the name of the show. Again, probably somebody will say in the comments, but there's a show right now that is an NFT based show that they release an episode, and then the people who have invested into it actually get to comment about what the next show does. And so it's this immediate feedback loop where they can actually be a part of crafting the story. So it is this really beautiful. Again, you look at how shows have been created and how movies have been created for like long, long time. It's like, hey, you create 12 episode series, knock them out. Here's the rollout plan week after week. You work around holidays, yada yada yada. Here's a 15-week run for 12 episodes. Okay, cool, right? But now it's things are happening so fast, especially in animation and CGI and all these other things, that you literally, technology has advanced the game. So literally, I can take the camera I'm shooting on this right now and realistically go shoot 4K movie. Easy. But again, it's no matter what the experience is you're offering to the final viewer. Now, if I sat back here and said, hey, here's my new show, and it's going to be movie grade quality and all this kind of stuff, all right, well, then people are going to invest into it for movie grade cinema quality. But if I show up with an iPhone, all right, well, I've now lied to them. But if you can sit back here and say, hey, we're going to go do this at the super cheap, and I'm going to use my iPhone to do the whole thing, then at that point, you can fund it like that because story is everything. And you can get this constant feedback loop. If a TV series did that, there would never be enough time to be able to hear user feedback, community engagement, and do all these things because you're literally releasing an episode. You'd film it for the next like week or two, and then at that point, cut it, edit it, and then produce it. And then all of a sudden, now your lag time is like 3 to 4 weeks. It doesn't make any sense economically to create a show around it. But now, if you sit back here and say, hey, let me take this thing or animate it or whatever, you could literally create a show every 10 days because of what the experience is, but also what the story does. And that's really important. So you got to look at it going, yes, like you're spot on. But like you look at Kickstarters and TV shows and all this kind of stuff, there's been so many GoFundMe pages for short films,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, NFT, blockchain, all these different things are just going to take on form of it. I mean, you look at the NFT world right now, it's going crazy. And it's nuts, but it's the same exact concept. So no, it's a matter of what the experience is, what's the story, what's the experience, and then actually how to go execute it. And if you can go showcase a great plan to have somebody so out there in the world be so attached to it and never be behind the camera or anything like that, game over. You're going to win 10 times.
Yeah. I love it, man. Well, I know we'll pick up on this one again because I always bring all my guests back to talk about the evolution of these things. And we should actually have a conversation outside of this podcast even about that, right? Because I've got some ideas and what I'm hearing from you though, again, is just it's about the story. It's about the community that you can build. It's about the involvement of people being a part of that story as well. And that's exactly where my head's going here too. And I won't say anything about exactly what my idea is yet. I'm still holding that a little bit close, but I think you and I will really connect well on it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.